Mr. Suryaparama, you mentioned that there will be an impact, obviously, across the boards in Sri Lanka. Can we get a sense of, during these negotiations, Mr. Hulangama also said that they're still ongoing till the end of August, but can you give us a sense or idea of what Sri Lanka has pledged? Or because obviously the US was looking at bringing things to a more sort of an even keel in terms of tariffs and things like that. So what have we agreed to? And are there any other areas that you're still looking further in these negotiations that made the US change the 44% to bring it down to 30%? That's the first question. Another one, very quickly, is that given the expected impact expected for Sri Lanka and the place we're in recovery with the IMF program and all of that, is there any sort of start of negotiations or approaching the IMF in terms of the program? Because obviously revenue is something that might be affected. So is it too early, or have you already launched that process of consideration or reached out to the IMF regarding possible impact and the program?
Answering to the first part of it is on what we have pledged and perhaps the impact of that one. The impact we have to look at from the wider global impact that has been created through this arrangement. As I said, it is not targeting Sri Lanka. This is a global situation. As Governor mentioned earlier, the international organizations have predicted this will have an impact, and the impact on the growth of the global economy also. So the spillover effect of that one, it will be Sri Lanka also have to go through that spillover impact to Sri Lanka. And our view is, even though from the global angle there is a certain slowdown that has been predicted, as a country, Sri Lanka is coming up compared to where we were as a nation. So a lot of hope and expectation based on the arrangements we are putting in place to simplify the existing complex legal framework sometimes we have, by introducing digitization into many of the processes through which corruption is expected to be reduced going forward. Through that, we expect the cost of doing business in Sri Lanka to be reduced over a period of time. Of some of the areas, we are already seeing benefits on those areas. Through that, we are expecting to reduce the cost of doing business in Sri Lanka. So these are positives as far as Sri Lanka is concerned. We consider the position Sri Lanka is to play in the region. Many investors will be interested to come into Sri Lanka. Compared to the economic trajectory where we were and the stability, economic stability that we have created as of now, policy consistency that we have indicated, and the policy reforms that we are continuing in terms of what are the best pieces of legislation, simplified approaches to do business better and in a convenient manner. We believe the investments will come into Sri Lanka, both FDI as well as Sri Lankan investors will invest more. As a result, it will have a positive impact into the economy. Obviously, due to global slowdown, there will be some repercussions as well. You requested the second part of relating to the impact on whether we have taken stock on the IMF side of it. Governor, may I kindly request your input?
I think it's too early for us to, we had this discussion when IMF mission was here in early April. During the period they were actually here. At the beginning, there are a lot of concerns whether there will be a significant impact if 44% tariff was imposed. Obviously, we discussed certain options, alternatives that we can take on, but because of the uncertainty and also later postpone of this thing, we basically worked on the basis this will continue for some time. So then until that time, we have made the assumption status quo will remain. As a result, we discussed the overall macro outlook and the assistance access on that basis. But if the situation is going to be changed in any direction, obviously we will have option to discuss with the IMF what are the other options if there's any additional financial assistance or program modalities review. That is an open option. It's like every review, it's an opportunity for us to negotiate based on the circumstances that we foresee in the next 6 months. So that option is open, but so far, in our negotiation, we are not taken into any adverse impact as a result of this, because this was a temporary situation. We wait, and it's too early, as you said earlier. And on the first question, I must say, there's nothing has been agreed or pledged so far. It's a process of negotiation where we offer what we can offer. and they offer what they can offer, and they ask, these are the regulations you need to relax. We say whether we agree or not. This is a process of discussion taking place already still, and ultimately in the end, we can come to agreement. So these are we can agree, this we can agree, and we all can come to a kind of a sort of a solution. Then only there will be an agreement.